And then you have plans to be holding it, is it every...
Inshallah, the next one should be sometime in August.
In August?
Yes, and in December, it's supposed to happen again, but we have Fashion Week in Gambia, which is another event that me and Lena Gray Johnson.
I remember last year.
So we're just trying to keep it, you know, an ongoing thing where the young people, as well as the older generation, come out and we just celebrate fashion. So what does it take to put all of this together? Because I know it must be expensive. God. It is expensive. It is time consuming. It's a very tedious process. It's really tiring, especially when you know, you go out there and you have your proposals and you want to push the event, and only a few come on board as sponsors.
That's what I was just talking about.
So at the end of the day, you end up not really making much, but at least you've done it, and that's the satisfaction you usually get. So, you know, if I'm saying I don't want money out of it, I'm joking, I'm lying. But if it happens and there's no problem, then that's what I'm looking for.
I always ask myself, I don't know why big companies don't like supporting events.
I don't know. I mean, they're skeptical. I mean, it's been done by external parties before. You know, you've had people come from Europe and England and they've been sponsored. But for us to get sponsorship, it's really hard. So they basically didn't deliver, because I've done events with foreign parties as well in the back in the day, which was TMC and etc. And the stuff that they promised the companies sometimes, you know, so right now companies are skeptical at this point. So maybe that's why they're not sponsoring. But you know, we're not all like that. So
but also when you talk about fashion in the Gambia, a lot of people say Gambians are very much into, they're not ready for, like, I know people like dressing really nice. But are we ready for going to fashion events and supporting fashion events?
I think we are more than ready. Why? Because before, nobody really studied fashion. I actually went to art school for 4 years, and I actually studied fashion for 3 years. So, and I've had experience with big labels in London. And it's not even like people like Medon have studied fashion in Senegal. Yals has got experience over how many years? So we're ready.
And Margaret too.
Margaret, exactly. So it's a gift, but we have studied for it. We know what we want from it. And we're trying to take it to another level. Whether or not people accept it, but we're going to try. And I know that my generation is ready for it. So
now tell me about this event. It's going to be on Saturday, and it will be at the
Jama Hall.
Jama Hall.
Carabao.
And how much are the tickets?
Tickets are $350 and $500.
It's $350 and $500. Oh, that's interesting. And this will be on Saturday.
It will be at Saturday, 8 o'clock. I emphasize on the time because we will start on time.
That was why I couldn't come to the other one, because I finished news at 10:30.
I know.
And it was finished right at time.
So
this is also starting at sharp 8.
It starts at 8, but this one's slightly longer because we're trying to incorporate music. We've got performances by artists. G, Jalimadi, Manding Mori, etc. So it will kind of stretch longer, but by 12 midnight we'll be out there.
Well, that's really, it's interesting, and I like your outfit. Are you going to be showing something like this, or
this is part of my corporate stuff. It's part of the everyday wear, but the stuff that I'm showing is not actually everyday wear. It's something you go out to gala dinners with, but I'm incorporating lots of traditional fabric as well. I'm trying to stay away from the wax, because I think Medun and Margot are focusing on that. So I want to come with another sort of fabric. So
but it's really nice. That's layer, right?
This is layer and this is wooden.
Oh, it's layer and wooden mixed together. Well, it's very nice, and a lot of people now are so much into made in the Gambia.
Exactly.
I've seen that. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best
in
your event.
Thank you.
It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
I'll do everything I can to be there.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Fatou Drame, Chat Drame, the founder of Tower Designs. She's coming up with a show at the Carabao Beach Hotel, Jama Hall. This will be on Saturday, and it's 8 o'clock. It's $350, and pet runs is $500. Well, we would like to take a break, and we will go with Diwa Steak. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and enjoy the program.
Dila here. Welcome to another segment of my take on the Fatty Show. It's always good to be back. The rest of last week from Thursday for me went pretty well, thank God. And well, regarding the topic I treated on my segment, which if you can recall was the qualities of a good or perfect wife, we happen to have lots of requests by our wonderful viewers to talk on how to be a good husband or what sort of husband a lady looks for on this week's segment. There is no one-size-fit formula for being a wonderful husband. Every wife in every marriage is different. But there are some common issues that many married couples face, and if you're dealing with some of them, the rest of what I have to say today just might help you become a better husband. Be honest. In a mature relationship, honesty is forever the best policy. It may be difficult, but the truth will allow relationships to breathe. No matter what happens, no one can ever challenge the fact that you are truthful, which might mean that the other person also gives you the same respect. Communicate. Do not talk your wife's ear off all the time. However, make sure that if you have any problems that will affect your mood, she is made aware of the reasons for your problems and mood swings, so that you don't appear to be merely a fickle or cranky someone. In other words, for soft dial. Zone out everything around you when you're talking to her. If you ask her a question, ask because you really want to know. And please avoid short answers. Remember, the opposite of talking is not waiting, it's listening. Make sure you're actually listening and don't just wait for your turn to talk. Put off a vibe that tells her that she can tell you anything. Make her feel safe. Respect her. Don't show her even the mildest forms of disrespect. Contempt is like poison in a relationship. You don't have to act like you liked what she said or did, but do not take on an attitude of superiority. Gestures such as smirking, sighs of disgust, or eye-rolling, as insignificant as they may seem, are signs of deep lack of support, respect, and trust, especially if it's been only over a period of time. The way you naturally act towards her should validate her as a person, even when you don't understand or agree with her. Don't brush her off. Many people find it exasperating and sometimes hurtful when they get the feeling that their partner treats them as inferior in a relationship. Women are no exception. If, for example, she finds you in a rather inappropriate mood and starts up a conversation, do not just brush her off. Gently let her know that you're feeling irritated and that you'll get back to whatever she was saying later. Just be certain to follow through on it. Be romantic. What being romantic means varies a lot from person to person, but really, being romantic involves doing something to express affection in a meaningful yet unexpected manner. A true act of romance requires creativity and sincerity, often inspired by love. Reintroduce the excitement that characterized the beginning of the relationship. Do something out of the ordinary, something different, something she wouldn't expect. The more extraordinary, the better. Express your love. Treat your wife like she's single, like you're trying to win her affection and trust. The opposite of being romanced is being taken for granted. No one wants to feel like they've been caught and it's over and done with. Hamga, there are millions of ways to say I love you and I'm lucky to have you. Think of the world as your medium. You can write it, say it, sculpt it, sing it, shout it, paint it, grow it, and express it in unlimited ways. Just do it and mean it. Support her. Be her greatest supporter. Be someone she knows she can count on. Be there for her when she has had a long day. Listen to her with attentive eyes and ears. Back her up 100% and always protect her, both physically and emotionally. If you have done something to hurt her, even if you didn't mean to, tell her you're sorry and show her affection. This must be sincere. There's nothing worse than an I'm sorry that is put on or phony, i.e. obviously insincere. Now, before rounding up for this week's segment, I'd like to add this. If your wife nags, try to endure it. It's usually a way of letting out her frustrations and sometimes ends up making her feel much better. Take care of her, keep her happy, make her smile all the time. Profess how you feel for her at any